This program has the input of number of rows and the output of what those rows will be in the Pascal triangle. The Pascal triangle is this. It's a triangle which starts off with 1 and 1, 1, and each row has a 1 at the start and 1 at the end, and each number is a 2 numbers directly above it. So for example, this 2 will be these two ones combined. So first, as a function, Pascal triangle will take the input of number of rows. There will be a variable output, which will always start with 1 and 1, 1 in it, because the Pascal triangle always has that. There will be a variable previous row, which will start off as 1, 1, because the current row will start off as nothing, and it will need the previous row to make it. There's a variable I and j, which are both I is what row you are on, and j is what numbers are inside that row. I have a variable I is smaller than the number of rows minus 2. The reason we have this is because in the Pascal triangle, a pattern is each row is one bigger than the last, and because Pascal triangle always already has 2 in it, so you have to do minus 2 from number of rows, and then other than that, that'll be how many rows you'll have, and that'll be how many rows you need to do. So then at the start, immediately in the while loop, it'll add 1 to the current row, because each row always has a 1 at the start and the end. Then it'll go in another while loop while j is small or equal to the length of the previous row minus 1. What this does is the length of the previous row minus 1 is how big the last row is, which in this case would be 2 length. The reason it's small or equal minus 1 is because each current row will have a 1 at the start and the end, so it has to do small or equal to the length of the previous row minus 1. Even though normally each row would be increasing by 1, but it already has 2 in it, so it needs to account for that. So I'll then add the previous row j minus 1 plus the previous row j. So the j is what number you are inside the row. So for example, let's say j starts off as 1. The reason j starts off as 1 is because it has 1 at the start and the end. So this 2 would be the previous two ones combined. So we'll have to do the index of j minus 1. So j will be this index, and then minus 1 is this one, plus the current j index of the previous row, which would be this one, which adds up to 2. So it adds 2 to here. It does that, and then increments j to look at the next number, but in this case, this row would only be 3 long, so then it breaks out of the while loop, and then adds a 1 to the end, because each row has a 1 at the start and the end. I will then add that to the output, because the output tracks all the rows, and then it will then make the previous row the current row, because it has to have a new current row, and that's a new previous row, and it will make the current row nothing to do that again and again, and it'll increment I, which will tell you when you've done all the number of rows and you need to stop doing it, and it'll make j 1 to do the current row again. And then once it does that until it satisfies the amount of rows, then it'll return the output. It'll take that output and print it, which in this case, because of 4 rows, will be 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, which is 4 rows and what the Pascal triangle will have. See here, it will be 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1 for 4 rows. So yeah, that's the program.